Welcome back to the deep dive. So you asked us to really unpack the biggest AI developments from the past week. And honestly, even for us, this week felt, well, pretty remarkable. This isn't just going to be a list of headlines, okay?
Hmm.
We're aiming for a curated exploration, really digging into the news that shapes AI's future. Our mission, like always, is to pull out those key nuggets of knowledge, the insights, basically giving you a shortcut to being properly informed.
Absolutely. And we're excited to get into this week's updates. Our focus is, squarely on the recent stuff, the impactful shifts across actually a really diverse range of sectors. We've looked at a whole stack of sources, tech giants, new research, policy changes. What's really striking, I think, is just how fast everything's moving. You've got these massive investments, practical apps landing in your hands, and then the regulations trying to, well, keep up.
Okay, right. Let's unpack this. Starting with some truly eye-popping numbers from the big players in AI. We're talking huge money, even bigger valuations. It's really reshaping the tech world. So first up, Meta. They seem to be doubling down on their AI ambitions. Big investment. They just announced, what was it, $300 million for a brand new AI research lab. And this isn't just any lab, right? The focus is generative AI for social media. Think like super realistic avatars, dynamic content feeds, and machine learning specifically for the metaverse stuff, making those virtual worlds feel, I guess, more alive. This kind of investment, it's not just Meta trying to play catch up, is it?
No, not at all. I don't think so. If you look at the bigger picture, that $300 million, it kind of signals a pivot maybe.
Right.
Back towards their core social and metaverse ideas. It's like they see AI as the key to making the metaverse not just work, but actually something people want to use every day. Maybe less focus on just competing with pure language models. And speaking of big players, OpenAI made a massive move too. A huge cloud computing deal with Oracle. We're talking $30 billion, which is absolutely crucial for OpenAI, right? It directly supports their massive compute needs. Training, deploying models like ChatGPT. You need serious power for that. So this collaboration, it boosts OpenAI's infrastructure, potentially speeds things up for them, and it definitely shows Oracle is becoming, well, a really vital player in that AI cloud market. It's getting competitive.
Right. And while we're talking about these huge investments, there's this one company kind of quietly enabling a lot of it
Yeah.
that just hit an absolutely astonishing milestone. Tell us about Nvidia.
Nvidia, yeah. They just became the world's most valuable company. Their market cap, the total value of all their shares sits at, like an incredible $3.92 trillion, almost at that $4 trillion mark,
Yeah.
which is just huge. To give some perspective, Nvidia's market cap is now bigger than the entire UK stock market combined. So this isn't just about an insatiable appetite for AI compute. It's more like they've created a choke point.
Yeah, wow, that's fascinating. So Nvidia isn't just a supplier. They're almost like a strategic bottleneck, controlling the flow of the hardware everyone else needs. That's powerful.
Precisely. Their chips, their GPUs, they power the vast majority of AI development and deployment everywhere. So this valuation tells us a couple of things. One, the demand for that foundational hardware isn't peaking anytime soon. And two, NVIDIA basically has a near monopoly on the really high-performance stuff needed for these advanced models. It's a huge indicator of how deep this AI transformation is going. But it does raise questions, too, about market concentration.
Okay, so from that massive scale, the infrastructure, let's pivot a bit. How is all this compute power actually reaching us, on our screens, in our pockets, making things simpler? Google, for instance, they just rolled out a smarter search feature, and it's free. It's called AI mode. Apparently, it can totally change how you search. It's designed to handle those really complex questions, the multi-layered ones, so you don't need, 10 tabs open anymore to piece things together. AI mode puts it all in one place, organizes resources right next to the results, and here's the kicker, it's multimodal. So you can type, you can speak, you can even upload an image to search.
And the real power there, I think, is how it simplifies getting information. It's moving past just matching keywords. It's trying to actually understand what you're asking, even if it's complicated. It's a big step towards, more intuitive searching. And another big player, Anthropic, they've upgraded Claude, as their AI, with something called Artifacts Workspaces. It lets anyone create interactive AI apps, just using text prompts. No coding needed at all. You basically describe what you want, and Claude kind of builds the app for you. So it transforms Claude from, just a chatbot into a tool for building actual shareable apps, which is pretty neat. You can run them right there or export them.
And then for something maybe a bit more fun, more personal, Google's got another experimental app, shows off the visual side of AI. It's called Dopple. It's for trying on outfits. Virtually.
Okay.
Yeah, Dopple AI. You upload a full-body photo, and it helps you see how clothes might look on you. You can use photos, screenshots from, let's say, thrift stores, social media, whatever, and see them styled on, like a virtual you.
Hmm.
It can even make these AI videos to show how the clothes might move. Wow.
Yeah, gives you a realistic preview. You can save looks, build collections, share them. Though it's currently US only, iOS and Android. Still experimental. I might finally see if that, wild thrift store jacket actually works without the changing room hassle.
Ah, yeah, that definitely sounds like it could simplify shopping for a lot of people. Though it does make you think, doesn't it? These apps are incredibly convenient, but they also raise questions about, well, how our personal images and data get used. And just the whole nature of digital identity with all this generative AI around, it's evolving fast.
True. Okay, so beyond the screen, AI is also making these huge strides in the physical world, revolutionizing how work gets done. Amazon is a prime example, right? They keep leading on automation. They just deployed their millionth robot in their warehouses.
A millionth, wow. Yeah, it's an incredible scale. Shows their commitment to integrating AI into logistics. It's unprecedented, really. They've got new AI systems optimizing everything, sorting, packing, delivery, getting more efficient. And this kind of AI robotics at scale, it's probably going to set new standards for the whole industry, far beyond just e-commerce. A million robots. It does sound like something out of sci-fi, but it's happening now. Changes the meaning of warehouse worker, doesn't it?
It really does. That Amazon deployment, it marks a fundamental shift, I think, in how large-scale operations run. It signals this accelerating trend towards automation that's going to hit so many industries globally. And that's kind of amplified by news about this other venture, Genesis AI. It's a new robotics company founded by Carnegie Mellon robotics PhD and someone from Mistral AI. And they just got $105 million in seed funding, which is staggering for seed funding.
Wow, yeah.
It shows huge confidence in their mission, which is pretty ambitious. Building a universal robotics foundation model. Think of it like a chat GPT for physical tasks. A single AI that could learn tons of different jobs, manufacturing, service, instead of custom programming for each robot.
So one brain for many bodies, essentially.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And Genesis AI is explicitly targeting the global physical labor market, which is what, $30 to $40 trillion? And they estimate like 95% automation potential. This isn't just small improvements. It's aiming for a fundamental shift in physical work using AI.
Right. And AI isn't just about efficiency or commerce, thankfully. It's also proving really valuable for tackling big societal challenges, accelerating science, like on social media. Formerly Twitter, they're using AI to fight misinformation. They're testing AI-generated community notes, trying to boost their fact-checking. The goal is pretty clear. Address and counter fake news faster, more efficiently, which is a huge problem on those platforms. If it works, it could really improve content moderation speed, accuracy, maybe even set a new standard for AI fact-checking everywhere.
Yeah, using AI for misinformation is definitely a crucial development, especially now with how fast stuff spreads online. But like any AI tool, it raises questions, right? About accuracy, potential bias in the AI itself, who controls the narrative. These systems are powerful, but you need careful oversight to make sure they're fair. And it's tricky. On the science side, though, some really cool stuff. Researchers unveiled an AI-engineered paint.
A paint?
Yeah, that reflects sunlight so well it can cool surfaces by up to 20 degrees Celsius.
20 degrees, that's huge.
It really is. Massive potential for energy efficiency, buildings, vehicles, a totally new way to fight rising temps and cut energy use. Really impressive work from teams at University of Texas, Shanghai Jiao Tong University, National University of Singapore, and Umeå University in Sweden.
And sticking with science, AI is also breaking ground in areas vital for safety, the environment. There's another big one, an AI-driven discovery of a new material. Apparently, it can efficiently remove radioactive waste.
Wow, okay. That's significant.
Yeah, led by Korean researchers. Huge implications for nuclear safety, waste management, potentially much safer, more effective way to handle hazardous materials. Truly a potential game changer there. Okay, finally, let's touch on the economics and the governance of this whole expanding AI world. We're seeing AI tools getting monetized more and more. Perplexity AI is a good example. They just launched a premium plan, Perplexity Max. It's a $200 a month.
$200 a month, okay.
Yeah, aimed at enterprise users, offers enhanced AI search, advanced features for businesses. It shows a couple of things, I think. One, businesses are seeing real value in these advanced tools. And two, there's this trend towards sophisticated AI search becoming a premium business product.
Right. The market's clearly signaling that companies are willing to pay significant amounts for that advanced AI edge, the efficiencies, the insights. But it does bring up that important question, doesn't it, about affordability, access to the cutting edge for, individual smaller businesses as these tools become more vital. And then there's a really critical policy development, huge decision in the U.S. Senate on AI regulation. They voted 99 to 1 to remove a moratorium that was blocking states from making their own AI rules.
99 to 1. Who was the one?
Senator Tom Tillis dissented.
Yeah.
But yeah, almost unanimous. And this was despite opposition from like 44 state attorneys general, bipartisan group, and lobbying from big tech companies too.
Wow, quite the lineup against it. So what does this actually mean then for AI development, how it gets integrated, especially if we get this fragmented regulatory picture?
Well, the implications are pretty profound, potentially. It preserves the state's authority to regulate AI, which could lead to a really complex situation, a patchwork quilt of different rules across the U.S. Developers, companies, they'd have to navigate all these different state laws. So it raises that big question. How does this fragmented environment affect innovation? Does it stifle it? Or maybe it leads to more tailored local regulations, which might be good in some ways. And of course, who bears the cost of complying with potentially dozens of different rule sets? It definitely adds another layer of complexity to an already fast-moving field. It'll be really interesting to see how that balance between innovation and regulation plays out state by state.
Wow, okay, what a week, what a deep dive. From those record investments, Nvidia hitting crazy valuations, like AI building apps for you, dressing you virtually, running warehouses with 1 million robots, and even solving huge scientific problems like radioactive waste and cooling paint. The key themes seem pretty clear, right? AI is just accelerating everywhere, becoming more woven into our daily lives. And its future is being shaped right now by both the tech breakthroughs and these critical policy choices.
Exactly. As we've seen, this progress isn't just about faster computers, is it? It's fundamentally reshaping industries, how we interact, even our planet's future climate solutions, safety issues. That ongoing balance, between pushing innovation forward, making sure it's accessible, and having sensible, robust regulation. That's what will ultimately define how all these advancements actually serve humanity.
Couldn't agree more. And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive for this week. We really hope you found these insights valuable, maybe gave you something to think about. If you did enjoy this deep dive, please take a quick second to like and share this video. And definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any of our future explorations. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.